Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CISSP Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the ISC Squared CISSP exam with focused explanations and practical context. In this episode, we explore a cornerstone of modern cybersecurity operations: logging, event correlation, and security information and event management, also known as SIEM. These practices are essential for gaining visibility into your systems, detecting and responding to threats, and maintaining compliance with industry regulations. In today's highly dynamic threat landscape, it is no longer sufficient to rely on point-in-time assessments or reactive security measures. Organizations must be able to continuously monitor their environment, analyze activity across different systems, and take immediate action when threats emerge. This is where logging, event correlation, and SIEM platforms come into play. Let us start by unpacking the concept of logging. Logging refers to the process of recording events and activities within systems, networks, and applications. Logs serve as digital trails, memory of who did what, when, where, and often how. Without logging, there would be no evidence of user activity, system changes, or attempted attacks. Logging is one of the most fundamental elements of accountability in cybersecurity. Effective logging captures the kinds of events that matter most for security monitoring and incident response. These include user logins and logouts, file access, failed authentication attempts, system errors, application crashes, and configuration changes. For example, if a user attempts to access a file they are not authorized to see, or if a system administrator changes firewall settings, those events should be logged. Properly managed logs are critical for forensic investigations. If a security breach occurs, logs may be the only way to reconstruct what happened. They show whether an attacker used stolen credentials, when malware was first detected, or how long an attacker remained undetected in your systems. Logs also support compliance efforts. Regulations like the General Data Protection Regulation, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, and the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard require organizations to retain certain types of log data for specified periods. Reliable logging requires secure storage, proper formatting, consistent time synchronization, and centralized collection. Logs must be protected against tampering, and access must be limited to authorized personnel. Log integrity is essential. If you cannot trust your logs, you cannot trust your conclusions. Now let us move to event correlation. While logging is about collecting individual events, event correlation is about connecting the dots. On their own, individual log entries may appear benign or meaningless, but when viewed together and analyzed in context, they can reveal patterns that indicate a security threat. Event correlation is the process of analyzing multiple logs across different systems to identify relationships, patterns, or sequences of activity that may suggest an incident. For example, a failed login attempt might not trigger concern, but if that failed login is followed by a successful one from a different geographic location and then an unusual data transfer, correlation logic may detect a credential compromise. Correlation improves the accuracy of threat detection. It reduces false positives by identifying events that matter in context and increases confidence by matching activity against known indicators of compromise. Correlation logic can be rule-based, heuristic, or powered by machine learning. It may incorporate threat intelligence to match observed behavior with known attacker tactics or campaigns. Effective event correlation helps analysts prioritize alerts and respond quickly. It turns mountains of log data into meaningful insights. Without correlation, teams are left sifting through noise, buried under alerts, with no way to know which ones actually matter. With correlation, security operations centers can focus their energy on real threats, not routine activity. Now let us bring it all together with Security Information and Event Management, or SIEM. A SIEM solution is a centralized platform that integrates logging, event correlation, real-time monitoring, and security alerting. It provides a single point of visibility across an organization's digital environment. A well-implemented SIEM aggregates logs from a wide variety of sources: firewalls, servers, endpoints, intrusion detection systems, cloud platforms, applications, and more. These logs are normalized, enriched, and analyzed in real time. Correlation rules and threat intelligence feeds help detect threats, while dashboards, reports, and visualizations provide actionable insights. SIEM platforms support real-time alerting so that when a correlation rule is triggered, an analyst is notified immediately. They also support forensic analysis by allowing security teams to query historical data, build timelines, and trace attack paths. SIEM systems also generate compliance reports that show auditors what controls are in place, what incidents were detected, and how they were handled. When configured properly, SIEM platforms dramatically improve security operations. They reduce dwell time, enhance detection accuracy, support compliance, and increase the efficiency of the security team. However, SIEM is not a silver bullet. It requires thoughtful implementation, continuous tuning, and skilled personnel to be effective. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. You'll find bestseller books, training tools, and resources tailored specifically for cybersecurity professionals. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Now let us look at how to implement effective logging and SIEM practices. The first step is to define your logging requirements. What events should be logged? Which systems should be included? How long should logs be retained? Your answer should reflect both security needs and regulatory obligations. Deploy comprehensive logging mechanisms across your environment. Ensure that all critical systems, services, and applications are sending their logs to a centralized collection platform. Use secure protocols for log transmission and enforce strict access controls to prevent tampering. Validate your log data. Check that it is complete, accurate, and timely. Time synchronization is particularly important. Correlated events from different systems must be compared based on consistent timestamps. Inconsistent time data can undermine forensic efforts and create gaps in your analysis. Configure your SIEM rules and correlation logic carefully. Start with known attack patterns and common use cases such as brute force detection, privilege escalation, and lateral movement. Integrate external threat intelligence feeds to enhance your rules and identify emerging threats. Train your team. Analysts and responders must understand how to interpret log data, fine-tune correlation rules, and use the SIEM dashboard effectively. Without this training, the value of your investment in logging and SIEM may be limited. Now let us discuss security controls that support logging and SIEM. Use secure log storage solutions that employ encryption and strong access control mechanisms. Protect log integrity using hashing or digital signatures. Implement redundancy and backups to ensure that logs are not lost during system failures or cyber attacks. Conduct regular vulnerability assessments and penetration tests focused on your logging and SIEM infrastructure. These tests help uncover misconfigurations, insecure components, or outdated software that could compromise your monitoring capabilities. Implement monitoring for the SIEM itself. If someone disables logging, alters a rule, or deletes stored data, you need to know. Apply monitoring and alerting to your logging infrastructure, just as you would with any mission-critical system. Retain detailed audit trails. These records are essential for investigations, compliance reporting, and lessons learned. Maintain these records in secure archives, using proper retention schedules and access policies. Continuous improvement is vital. Review and refine your logging and SIEM strategy regularly. Use insights from incidents to create new correlation rules. Monitor SIEM performance metrics to identify tuning opportunities. Stay informed about new threats and adjust your approach accordingly. Involve all relevant departments. Work with system owners, application developers, network teams, and compliance officers to ensure that log sources are complete and that monitoring priorities reflect organizational risk. Provide ongoing training. Keep your team up to date on log analysis techniques, SIEM tools, and threat detection strategies. Encourage knowledge sharing and cross-training to increase resilience and reduce key person risk. Thank you for joining the CISSP Prepcast by Bare Metal Cyber. Visit baremetalcyber.com for additional episodes, comprehensive CISSP study resources, and personalized certification support. Deepen your understanding of logging, event correlation, and SIEM, and will consistently support your journey towards CISSP certification success.